Hello and welcome, folks. Daredevil Born Again teaser trailer is out on YouTube. And with this, we have the first official glimpse of Daredevil in the MCU. In this video, we are gonna break down every single Easter egg we could find from this 2 minute brutal extravaganza of a trailer. The trailer starts with a gritty alleyway fight sequence, already setting the brutal tone from the Netflix origins of Daredevil, followed by a scintillatingly tension filled conversation between Wilson Fisk and Matt Murdock, presumably in Josie's diner or some other one. Then we spot the OG trio of Karen, Matt, and Foggy walking to Josie's for an evening breakfast or a snack perchance. Next, we see Kingpin taking oath as mayor of New York City. This is a spoiler for people who haven't watched Echo yet. So go watch Echo, it was a great show. Then we enter a Times Square montage which is full of some beautiful Easter eggs. Like Steve Rogers, the musical, is on a billboard ad. On another billboard, Harlem is written. This might be a Luke Cage reference. We see an advertisement for the beer Pingo Doc. This is the same beer that is in Incredible Hulk movie that references Stan Lee cameo from the Incredible Hulk 2008. We see a billboard with the words Pim Van Dyne on it. And we also see a lot of people celebrating New Year's Eve with Pim Van Dyne hats on. This is a foundation that basically creates Pim particle based technologies and innovations for the common people. Next, we see a Broadway hoarding. This might presumably be on Times Square in real life, or the Hamill fans in us would love it if it is a Hamilton nod and reference. Then we see a We Love NYC Instagram logo. This might be shout out to the famous Instagram handle of NYC. Then there is a hoarding number 27. This one is big, folks, because in Daredevil comic book number 27, there is a reference to a special appearance of Spider-Man. Are you playing with me, MCU? This better be that. Another fun Disney tidbit that our editor thinks might be that all the princes of Disney forever look 27. This might be a nod to that as well. Next, we have a hoarding number 1540, for which we found a very fun reference on the internet. This has nothing to do with Marvel or MCU, but this is a 3D warehouse model website where 1540 is a model of a chair called Daredevil Accent Chair. Small world. Next scene, we see Wilson Fisk joining the mayor office, after which there is a wall mural where King can be seen written on the wall, which might show his minions in the city are in effect now. This also shows the normal and villainous Kingpin face like we see in the logo of theatre and cinema, the masks of comedy and tragedy. A beautiful interpretation of the two core traits of Kingpin's life. There are some feather art patterns on the bottom of this mural too. This might be a reference to the tribes in Echo. The word I in the king looks like a milk bottle. Is Kingpin calling for Homelander? Hold my milk, gentle people. Then we see a train going from Harlem, which could be a nod to the train scene in Spider-Man Homecoming. And we think Spider-Man is coming in this series at some point of time, hopefully, because two references found. Don't give me hope, Marvel. Daredevil mask falls from the sky when Matt says the line was crossed. We assume that somebody from Josie's died due to collateral damage in a fight with Bullseye and Daredevil, since cops are surrounding the damaged diner. The fallen mask's horn is broken, making the word D. As Daredevil is already DD, this extra D might be a nod to the true devil of Marvel, Mephisto. Then there is a station fight between Kingpin's goons and some civilians. We presume that these are cops in civil clothes, which might be a reference to the Born Again comic book storyline, where the goons have free reign under Kingpin's mayordom, and cops have to play dirty as civilians to hide identity. Then we see three pillars numbered 168 when Daredevil is fighting some people. This might be foreshadowing Elektra's appearance, since Elektra made her character debut in Daredevil issue number 168. Fun fact about the number 168, it also marks appearance of Galactus' origin story in issue 168 of Thor. Next, we see Bullseye captured and with a face scar, which means Matt Murdock probably helped police capture him. This could be the bad thing that happened to a civilian in Josie's diner, Bullseye might have killed him during the fight. Masked vigilantes are entering the New York Mutual Bank. These are goons of Muse, who is playing behind the curtains initially, we presume. Next, the scene cuts to Margarita Laviva playing Heather Glenn, owner of the Glenn industry, and Matt is dancing with her, which means they could be dating and might be helping her find the issues with her company, just like the comic books, at least until Purple Man enters the picture, bringing Jessica Jones to the party. We can only hope, people. Next, we get our first introduction to Muse when he turns to a victim. Muse is a notorious serial killer and a blood artist, literally an artist who draws with the blood of his victims, who is going to be played by Michael Gandolfini. Next, we see the White Rabbit. That's the piece of wall from Kingpin's childhood home. This piece of wall is still bloody, a reference to the fist fight between him and Daredevil in season 3 finale. Kingpin is also seen having a dinner and champagne with his wife, in a setting that is reminiscent of their first meeting. They both have rings on their fingers, and this is clearly a scene after season 3. Is their divorce done? Are they back together now that Kingpin is a mayor? Frank Castle can be seen weary and tired and working in a repair shop. Next, we see a van with a car number 4591 on it. We could not find any reference to it. Can some eagle eyed fan help us find one? Because MCU does not show numbers for nothing. Michael Gandolfini is visible as a white collared person. We presume that he could be a competitor to Fisk in running for mayor of New York City. He later can be seen as Muse in the series. Why are all the mayor contenders high ranking criminals in New York? What's happening here? Because cut to the next scene, Muse's lair can be seen with dead people hanging like pigs in the chains. Mooring for the macabre art of this bloody artist? Next, we see Kamar de los Reyes playing Hector Ayla, aka the White Tiger. We can see the amulet of White Tiger in his neck, which gives him a similar superhero capabilities like that of Black Panther and Moon Knight. Matt steals the mask of one of the bank goons and beats the other guy in an alleyway and breaks his leg. He is becoming the devil we know he is. Kudos MCU, bringing the Netflix vibe here. This could also show the mass progression of Matt Murdock in this series. Next, we have one of Muse's paintings. It shows an eyeless interpretation of the famous Screaming Man. The eyes are looking burnt out in this picture. There is a crown on the head with a pin hanging it to the wall next to the crown. This might be an interpretation of Kingpin and Daredevil. The words UG on crown might be representing Kingpin as an underground king. Next, someone is shown behind the prison bars with bloody knuckles. Might be the Punisher, might be some unknown character. We will have to wait and watch. Kingpin is looking somewhere near the Chrysler building in the head of 42nd Street of Hell's Kitchen, in a scene reminiscent of Spidey's iconic stakeout scenes from top of buildings, like Chrysler building. Another Spidey reference for you. In the next scene, we see 5 different masks for Daredevil. On the left is a silver mask from the armored suit which he used to fight Hellspawn in the comic books. Next is a maroon mask, which might be the mask from the old Netflix show. In the middle is a golden mask. This probably is the costume mask designed by Luke Jacobson, fashion stylist to the superheroes. A nod to She-Hulk and appearance of Daredevil in it. This mask also has scratches from the infamous fight with She-Hulk. Then there is a black mask. This is probably the Shadowlands suit mask that Daredevil wore after returning from San Francisco in the comic books. At last, we see the red mask. This is from the MCU's new red suit, the fresh take on the old classic comic book suit of Daredevil, the vibrant red one. In the very next scene, we see Mac clad in the classic MCU red suit, fighting and shouting because he probably killed Muse. This is all spoilers, people. The trailer ends with a screaming, goggled, unmasked Matt transitioning to the brand new Daredevil Born Again banner. A glorious end to a beautifully made teaser that is full of so many nods and references that we can't even start to fathom what is going to happen in this series. We are supremely excited, folks. Hope you enjoyed this breakdown because the team had a mental breakdown creating this and a couple fights too. Certainly not fisty enough to be Daredevil level. Here is a bonus, or is it a bogus, Easter egg from our editor. There is a dustbin on the sidewalk where Matt, Karen, and Foggy are walking to Josie's diner. That the editor thinks is the one that Danny DeVito's Frank jumped into down in the Fox studios of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What would he why would he come to New York only to jump in a dumpster is something only the editor knows. With this, we are signing off and we'll be bringing you more and more content around these beautiful characters of Daredevil and the world of comic books in general. Signing out.